We are in the rabbit hole, you guys. One project leads to 3 more. How are we supposed to ever get this house done if things keep going wrong? Spencer put this nice tarp around our shower area to help block the wind. Doesn't seem to be doing too good of a job. Can you please explain to me how we're supposed to shower out there?
That was also just kind of something I rigged up the other night.
Okay, well, what about tonight?
Well, I mean, all you gotta do is rehook the screws back on the tarp.
Yeah, you get one gust of wind and we're in a sailboat.
It's been really rainy and gusty the last couple days. What's the odds that it's gonna blow open whenever you're using it?
Me? Pretty high.
It's gonna blow off when you're using it.
We got the boys getting their morning exercise in. Get it! So today we have a few different things going on, starting with Spencer finishing the electrical for those fans that we decided to add above the front 2 bedrooms. He's almost done, but not quite.
So today what I'm working on is just finishing up these California corners. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the California corner, all it is pretty much just some blocking in the corner. It's typically done on advanced frame houses, 2-foot on center houses. The reason being is because normally you would have like a 2x right here, like a normal stud, so you have somewhere to attach your drywall to. Well, then you have a dead space back there. All of this back here would be dead space with no insulation, and the only way you could put insulation back there is you'd have to drill holes and then blow it full of whatever insulation. So instead we use this little 1x4, attach it to the stud, that way we can still have a surface to attach our drywall to and have plenty of insulation right behind it. So in our case, spray foam insulation. Yeah, and this prep work list is starting to feel a little never-ending. It's just, it feels like we'll knock 1 or 2 things off and then we'll think of something else, and then the list starts to grow because we're just trying to think of everything that needs to be done for now, but also for anything that we might want in the future. So being that we're trying to future-proof our house, it just, yeah, it seems like the list keeps getting longer. So we just have one California corner left, and it's in the master bedroom closet, and it's right behind the water heater. So what we need to do is drain it so we can get the water heater out of here
so Spencer can do that. Well, we just discovered that we have a leak with our plumbing.
Yeah, I noticed some moisture up here on top of the water heater the other day because I had the battery charger up here and I was like, that's weird. I wasn't sure if it was somehow condensation, I don't know. It was only just a small little puddle. I didn't think anything of it, but now it makes total sense why this is fogged over. It's because this little screw-on fitting temperature gauge is just, it's leaking. And this isn't from me, this is from the factory.
We are in the rabbit hole, you guys. One project leads to 3 more.
There it goes.
Well, we've run into a bit of a problem today. We come out here to start working and Spencer noticed that our septic system is acting weird. It's just using way more power than normal and running constantly. And we discovered fire ants.
Right here was where the aerator was sitting, well, at least the housing, and underneath that was just fire ants. Like they made a mound behind it and underneath it. They were starting to mound up inside of it, inside of the casing. So what I'm going to be working on is kind of mounting it actually to the fence lit and having it elevated off the ground, so that way I don't have a fire ant issue anymore. They would have to climb up the aeration pipe or the conduit in order to get up into there. So this should work much better. It's a common problem here in Texas. Fire ants are just part of life pretty much. Let me, well, no, we're not working on it because I need pipe and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So until I get to the store, this is just going to have to stay off. So don't use the bathroom too much.
Okay. You know what's funny though? Something like this, I don't think we would have ever noticed if we weren't running on solar power.
Yeah.
Just because we always check the power and make sure that everything looks okay every day. And so to notice that, that's the whole reason that we discovered that this was going on.
The last tank, it uses a little sprinkler and it was acting like it was running, and I come out here, I hear it just humming along and nothing was being shot out. And the only thing I could find wrong was the fire ants just being all up in it, so I don't know. Oh, she's standing.
Come over here. Are you gonna walk to us? Oh, good job.
So what we're working on today is just kind of future-proofing the house. We're going to be running coax cables in the master bedroom, the living room, just in case like somewhere down the road we decide we want an internet-based or a satellite-based internet or satellite-based cable, like DirecTV or whatever. We don't have those things right now, and we don't plan on getting them. It's just in case we ever do want them, we don't have to really open up any walls or you know, spray foam is going to make it a little bit more difficult. So it just makes life a little bit easier down the road if we want to do those things.
I'm gonna need a longer bit. There's some balloons. There it is.
Why do you look crazy right now? I'm serious. When you watch this back, you looked nuts right there.
My natural resting face.
He's getting a running start.
Come on.
Oh, yes! That was too cute. Bear, where are you?
Come on, baby.
Come around, buddy. Whoa! Whoa! He just ran into the wall. So before we head inside today and continue working on our list, what we're going to do is work on fixing our septic system over here. So all that we're going to do is build a shelf on the fence. That way the system can sit up off the ground and away from ants.
When it all comes tumbling down, I wanna know that you'll still be around. You know they say I had my first breakdown. And will you be there when the next comes around?
After working on getting the system up off the ground and away from ants, we discovered an even bigger problem.
What's happening?
Pipe that goes out to the sprinklers. I don't know if the soil like shifted and it broke the line, but it's just dumping the water back into that last tank. So all it's doing is continuously running instead of going out to the sprinkler heads.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because Spencer suspected that it was just the fire ants causing the problem, so he raised the whole system up and got it mounted up there, and it's still malfunctioning. So what it normally does is it uses 70 watts constantly, and then whenever the pump turns on, it uses 1500 watts just for like a few minutes, and then it turns off and goes back to 70. But what it's been doing is constantly using 1500 watts. And now we know why. Do we need to call the guy that did it?
Installed a septic tank for me here this year. I have that shipping container home and all that.
Well, on the bright side, I don't think ants are gonna be able to get to this anymore. I mean, that would be one hell of an ant mound. So this pipe right here is normally supposed to be connected to that.
I guarantee you what happened is the soil settled more.
And it just snapped off.
Yeah, and it pulled it off.
Always something. How are we supposed to ever get this house done if things keep going wrong?
The next day, the guy that installed our septic system for us was able to come out and fix it.
I'll make up and ready.
Much better. No issues with the electrical now?
No, yeah, now that that pump's not running constantly, not an issue. So all it was this PVC pipe, the connection just pulled right out because this tank that we're over right now was newly installed. So after the ground had settled and everything, it just pulled that connection right out. Not a big deal, no one's fault, just ground settling.